Let's get started with that Champions League game with Bayern versus Barcelona. Really just amazing game from a more German football biased opinion like myself, and I like the English teams as well. And I was rooting for Bayern because they are in the Bundesliga, and just wasn't really rooting for Barcelona if I'm being honest. But looking at what Bayern did to Barcelona was an absolute shame because let's just look at it. 8-2 the scoreline. Absolutely amazing. Thomas Mueller looking absolutely incredible as well. And in the beginning first 10-20 minutes it looked like an even matchup. Thomas Mueller gets an early goal 9 minutes in, I believe, and then an own goal from David Alba. It looked like it was going to be an even matchup because Barcelona was able to really penetrate Bayern's high defensive line. And Bayern's high defensive line was very, very shaky at certain times. The Barcelona runners were able to get past them, and it looked very dangerous for Manuel Neuer, but luckily they avoided multiple goals being conceded on their behalf. But then just it slowly switched to an utter domination against Barcelona, and you could just see it. You could just see it after those first 2-3 goals. The game was over. The Barcelona team, just Barcelona was not looking like themselves that or what many people expect of them. And I feel like this is the new Barcelona until some major changes happen. And just looking at it, if you just look at the replay one more time, you will see how they lack concentration. I mean, it just a lot of mistakes compiling up, and just I mean they didn't use the weakness from Bayern, which was their high defensive line, to its full effect, and they could have been leading because of the many mistakes that Bayern's defense was having at that game in those first 20 minutes. But what you're seeing is just the pressing from Bayern, just really just putting pressure on Barcelona, and Barcelona's defense can't really play out from the back or just really hold out. I mean, Ter Stegen, he kicks the ball all the way out, and 2-3 times Thiago's the one who's intercepting it. None of it is reaching any Barcelona players, and in the end, nearing the end of the game, they just start kicking it out. They don't even they just try to find a player out there like Messi or Suarez or anybody, but it's not leading to anything. And ultimately, it's just down to Barcelona not having that same mentality, that same professionalism and just leadership, I guess you could say. I mean, Kike said to him, I heard he's going to be sacked, and if I'm being honest, just I not too much should be expected from the manager when the board itself isn't that cooperative. But looking at what he was doing on the pitch, like nothing, no leadership. There's absolutely no leadership on Barcelona's team. No one was really, getting upset at the other players, and the commentators noticed it. And I slowly looked at it, and I saw he was right. There's no one like cursing anyone out or just saying what are you doing, like they it's just smooth sailing for them, despite them getting heavily smashed by a Bayern side that's just not willing to give in or not willing to play nice. And in the end, Bayern wins and they deserve it. And you can just see that they're acting like a bunch of kids because at the end, Vidal is just too busy fighting and with Taliso or someone. And yeah, that's frustration. But I mean, if you're gonna fight more, then show that fight on the pitch. I mean, you're not really doing much. Like you're just sitting there and just getting dominated. And the quality like players in that team, you should expect them to not be destroyed just that much by that big of a scoreline. And the commentator as well, he was saying that it was 1949 that was when they lost to Valencia with a similar scoreline. That's like at least 71 years. And I mean, what is this team doing? Again, Vidal fighting like just acting like a bunch of kids and just not that same leadership you expect. I mean, looking at teams like Liverpool and Bayern, they have leadership. They have leaders in that locker room who can really motivate the players. I mean, looking at Bayern, they're just the actual team spirit. Both of them, all the players are mentoring and looking. And when they're looking at their young star Alfonso Davies, they're keeping him grounded and making sure that he's ready and like he can handle what he's facing. And I think that's what we're gonna get from a Champions League winner. And in the end, just Barcelona, no leadership, no direction, no fight really on the pitch after 10, 20, 30 minutes. They just gave up, and unfortunately, I don't think we should blame the players all that much or the manager, but also, I mean, just looking at the series of runs they've had for the past couple of years, they aren't really the same team. And I think it's just going to be another disappointing. It's going to be a lot more disappointing events like that until something happens to the board or just a different vision and goal is planned out, because that team is aging. Those quality players like Messi and Suarez are going to be leaving soon, and I mean, of course, they got young players like Ansu Fati, but it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. But Bayern absolutely stellar, and I can really see them winning the final now that Manchester City is out of that game after they lost to Lyon.